It's very good for you. They have a lot of high potency products here. Basically, you see, they have all the nutrients.
There has been extensive press coverage on this year's invention. We owe a big thank you to Scott and everyone for a fine job.
Man coming here?
We've got 6 or 7 minutes.
Now, look around you, you can see that there's a lot of excitement here because we have the TV media here following us and watching and looking at us. And of course, indeed, people everywhere, literally all over the world, are looking in on us and watching us. So that it behooves us to make wise decisions here today and to make a responsible choice. You're about to pass the ballot box, wherever you may be, but please, do not pass up your opportunity to vote. Voting is the most important thing we're doing here this week, and so don't take it lightly. And don't be one of those people who says it's not important, because it is important. You're not just voting for yourself, you're voting for lots of other people. Mainly our customers. That's what the voting is all about. We're like the senators and the congressmen in Washington electing the president. Well, not really, but something like that. We're giving ourselves a voice, but we're also giving a voice to the non-member who doesn't have a voice.
The idea that you can merchandise candidates for high office like breakfast cereal is, I think, the ultimate indignity to the democratic process.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Nothing is to be gained by manipulating the minds of Americans by shows, slogans, and the art of advertising. Political talk should be honest talk. Presidents, senators, congressmen, hundreds of thousands of men and women offer themselves for these jobs. Girls with notebooks, college students, kids who are too young to vote themselves, but who wish to participate in the exciting process of democracy. You yourselves, representing as you do your particular groups, are part of democracy in action.
That's so fast.
Everyone, listen. Feel yourselves. All of you, feel yourselves. You can get better. Don't turn your back on health. Raise your hands for purity.
After all, the way democracy solves its problems is, and has always been,
myself. I thought she liked
elections.
Miss Brill, really likes her.
I love them.
Hello, Gloria Burbank, the White House. Right.
Excuse me.
Do you have it?
You're the producer. Yes, I'm Dr. Gainey.
How are you?
What time do I go on?
How you doing?
Better get that on before
Cabot
we
show,
get
aren't
going.
Yes, this is the Cabot Show, but it's for the major candidate.
Well, I am a major candidate. I'm Gainey. I'm the independent, the wave of the future. Let me give you a card.
It's straight.
I represent Vital C.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm the major.
They had the wrong name there, Mr. Cabot, but that's mine. I'm replacing Dr. Guffey today on the show. Esther, excuse me, it's the pool. I'm sorry.
Greek Susie.
Dick. Isabella Garnell. Dick Cabot.
How do you do? We met in the kiosk.
Gloria Burbank.
Gloria Burbank, the White House.
Isabella Garnell.
Dr. Gainey, Vital C. I'm the independent candidate. Maybe you'd like to see on my brochure.
Should we get ready now?
Yes, we
nutrients
should.
in
And
C.
Mike's, make sure she's got a mic on.
I'll be opposing these two
Where's Miss
women,
Brill?
because I think
We're
that
missing
the
Miss
truth must be
Brill.
heard.
I guess you must be pretty used to all this television business by now, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, you get used to it.
I find it, well, it's rather frightening.
Don't worry about a thing.
Sorry. Esther, there's 2 steps here, big ones. 1, 2. A lot of sand. Don't step.
Ladies, you'll have to go off camera.
Yes, Harry.
He's supposed to be here.
This better be the son of a bitch.
Be careful, don't push her.
Okay. Well, very nice to meet you, Miss
Off
Brill.
camera, please.
Who are you?
Esther, this is Dick Cavett. You remember?
Oh, yes.
Dick,
Yeah,
We're
hello.
ready for the opening now. Okay.
Are we going now?
What from
Up
back
from
there?
back there, start out. No hand, just a
Okay.
handheld. I'll be with you in a minute.
Who was that?
Well, that's Dick Cavett.
What are you shouting for?
Relax your tie, Dick.
Harry?
Keep a change.
Had a facelift, or do you think she does it by mind?
I'm sorry, sir. Diners has refused your card. Well, that's outrageous. But is there any way I can talk to you?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Is Dr. Guffey checked in? Charles Guffey from Washington? Excuse me.
Check the guest information.
Guest information a little.
Reinforce the doctor's findings.
And Dick!
Welcome to Health, Dick.
Thank you. Can you raise the bridge a little bit? Nobody's that curious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, and welcome to the show. I think you can see that we are doing our show outdoors, obviously, and we're at a health convention. That's clear from the festoonery behind us. And we are lucky enough to have with us today two of the ladies who are candidates for president. And we'll hear more about that as things go on. Let me introduce a couple of my guests to you now, in fact, all of them. The lady you see seated here is Esther Brill. I think you can tell from the reaction she's a well-known name in the field. Esther Brill is the author of numerous works on the subject of health, and she has earned and proudly worn the title of First Lady of Health for a good long time. Over to the right on your home screen is Isabella Garnell. Isabella Garnell obviously has a handful of admirers here as well. She's done a stint as research chemist at J.A. Watson University. She's senior fellow at Brookings Institute and UN Protein Advisory Chairman. Over to this side, representing the White House.
What about the independent candidate? What about the little guy? Don't we get equal time?
I'm sorry, sir. You'll have to clear this area.
Huh?
Please, step back.
Carrying right on, representing the White House, we have Ms. Gloria Burbank, Presidential Advisor on Health. That's our panel.
I'm not actually the presidential advisor. I'm one of the deputies. I'm a deputy.
Deputy.
Advisor on health. To the president.
Okay.
Of the United States.
Of America, one assumes. All right, and let's begin. Health food, the national health movement, have existed in this country for about 50 years. But the thing has been popular and commercially successful in a big way beginning in the late 60s, when everything really began to boom in the national and natural health movement. At this point, I'd like to quote, though, the late Adlai Stevenson, who once remarked, I'd like to get it word for word, that health, next to character, is a man's most precious asset. We assume he included women in that. Let me ask all the guests generally, if you have any plans for uniting and leading the nation as a united front towards some sort of common goal of health and well-being?
I think we need to get back to basics. Eat right, live right. Things I've been
I'm
writing
sorry,
about
sir. This is a
for
closed
years.
area.
It's okay, I'm with Esther Brill. Harry Wolf, double F.
Wolf?
Your body speaks a very eloquent language. Listen to your body. It does not know.
We have a
how
wolf?
far.
Where have you been? She's boiling mad looking for you.
Stop
I'm here.
abusing your body. Stop smoking. That reminds me. I was the first person to detect the link between cancer and smoking. I've written a book about it. Could have made a ton. Could have retired.
One of the
What is
candidates
she
of the
doing
National
here?
Health Organization, the National
That
Health
one, the
Movement,
one
is
with the
that in
purple
terms
hat.
of health policy,
That's that
we
lady
must
from the
place
White
more
House.
emphasis
She's the president's
on
advisor.
individual
Bet she
responsibility.
is. Where the hell is Guffey?
A larger percentage of health
He's the one that's
dollars
supposed to
and
be here.
prevention
The one that was supposed to meet at the
certain
airport.
kind of cures.
The president is pro-health. As you all know, he was raised on a farm, and no refined or processed foods were served at all. In fact,
Whoever she is, she sure is a hots for Cavett.
vegetables to the chickens. And he never
She's
had
just
any
scared.
sweets. The only sweets he partook of were blackstrap molasses and honey.
No one would begrudge the president his share of nutritious foods, but I would hope he would support his appetite with action. Barely 3% of the $3 billion spent, as Mr. Cavett told us, on research into agriculture and health is spent on human nutrition.
I see. Ms. Brill, do you mind if I Should I ask you your age?
Oh, not at all.
Well, is it true that you're in fact 83?
That's right.
83 is amazing. I simply find it impossible to believe.
Just a matter of living right.
Well, is it true that you have a dog who's 40?
Oh, 41. Blenny will be 41 March the 8th.
How old is that in human years?
In human years, she would be dead.
Well, I don't know about your dog, but I must say you certainly don't show your age.
That's because I feel myself. Everyone should do that. Don't you feel yourself?
Well, I have such a busy schedule.
Your own body will keep you young, but you must learn to communicate with it. All of you, feel yourself. Feel yourself. You've got to get in touch with your own being if you want an answer. Your body.
We are a people who combine generosity and idealism with a practical, down-to-earth realism we learned the hard way, pushing back the harsh frontiers of nature, of science, of politics. I remind you that ours are the broad shoulders of Paul Bunyan.
Oh, boy, Ruth.
Surely, at this moment in our history, and indeed in the history of the world, it is time for us to accept not only the privileges which have been God-given, but the responsibilities which those privileges must carry with them.
Nothing's
When the entire world
She's fine. She's
is
fine. She's
looking
just
to
taking
us
a nap.
That takes a nap with her eyes open.
we must accept that burden with all humility and with all application that our unbounded resources cannot expend. In our best dreams, we are noble teachers and carefree wanderers.
Don't you think the show went well?
Up to now, but what do you do now?
Oh, it'll be fine. Come on, Ruth Ann, get with it,
Which
huh?
I
There you
believe
go,
will go
Dad, isn't it?
beyond this gathering.
What are you
Reach
doing
out
here?
with a voice
All right, now I'm explaining about Miss Brill's nap.
You've gone from the cradle to an 83-year-old.
You're only as old as you feel, as Esther says.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't matter to you as long as it's female.
May I ask you a simple question? Where is Dr. Guppy?
I replaced Dr. Guffey as of today.
He's in the drying out process, is he?
No, they found him dead in bed.
You're the obvious replacement. All right, girls, keep it up. Keep it up. Louder, louder. Here we go.
And we are men who can drive in runs when they are needed.
Did you get it?
Ladies, all this excitement has dried me out.
I think you're doing a wonderful job, Doctor.
Oh, pardon me, girls.
Nice work.
Okay, where are we going? Okay. You want the black cherry or the grape? What do you think?
Grape.
Blenny! Oh, Blenny! Blenny! Oh, how's my baby? Did you take your vitamin E today? Well, he certainly cut that short.
Who?
That Cavett person. I'd hardly gotten started.
Oops, Esther's back.
It wasn't much of an interview anyway. He did all the talking.
Yeah, well, Esther, they didn't actually finish the interview, but they would like to reschedule it tomorrow. But I
Good. He reaches a lot of people. When?
think, Esther, you don't need him. I mean, it takes too much out of you. You can spend your time autographing your book, greeting people.
Listen, Buster, I hired you to sell me, so I can sell books. So my books can sell ideas that in turn sell products.
You don't have any products.
That doesn't mean I don't have an interest in certain products or ideas. You just get me back on that show.
Dear, it's back on the show. Yeah.
Room service.
Who ordered room service?
Yeah, what is it?
It's Monte Cristo with syrup and a Pepsi.
Oh, you got the
What?
wrong room, pal.
They ordered it to the penthouse.
You got the wrong room, pal.
It's hers. Isn't that Garnell woman in the other penthouse? It's hers. She eats that crap. Just wait till the health world hears about that, eh?
Then I will.
Now, don't.
What are you
bump it. It's
doing?
real velvet, okay?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. either.
What is going on here?
Yes, you
Oh, we're removing your furniture.
And you are?
My name is Sally Benbow. I'm the public relations director for the hotel.
You do, Miss Benbow.
Just fine. But you see, I'm trying to create an atmosphere of harmony between the convention and the hotel guests. I was told you'd like to have the furniture removed from your suite. Right now, we're in the process of doing that.
Who told you to remove it?
I thought...
Would you be good enough to put the kettle on, Willow, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Your secretary's name is Willow?
It is.
Willow told me to remove the furniture.
In that case, please remove it.
I'm sorry, I thought you said...
No, that was a question. I asked, what human values can be fostered by opulence? Our aspirations should diminish. Our worship should not be of material achievements, but of human values and ideals. What human value can there be in condemning our fellow citizens to endure in anxiety and privation a sentence of indifference by their fellow man?
Well, what about the drapes? You want the drapes out, too?
What are drapes for, Willow?
To keep the sun out? Oh, I get it. Sun's natural, right?
Good, very good, Willow.
Yes, I want the drapes out, too. Oh, Miss Garnell, there's nothing in that. It's just hot water.
I'll tell you what we do. We do interviews with the people.
What?
Man on the street reporter kind of thing.
Oh, backpack, minicamp.
Yeah, go through the convention.
Mr. Cabot, I've been looking all over for you. You remember me from the White House?
Yeah, Gloria, don't help me. Guffey.
Burbank.
Burbank, yeah.
You have a very good memory.
Oh, why don't you sit down?
Thank you very much.
Tell me, Miss Burbank, are you related to Luther?
Who?
Luther Burbank? You know, the well-known, the man who did things with vegetables.
That's a marvelous costume.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my glass would be like...
Well, could I interest you, or perhaps entice you even into a soda?
They're very good.
A soda? I haven't had a soda in years.
Shall now. Young lady, could I... The menu?
Just the double chocolate.
That chocolate.
Double.
Thank you very much. Actually, the reason I was trying to find you, Mr. Cabot, was to find out if you are planning to use any of what we did on TV, because...
We're not sure at the moment. We're just discussing that.
How is she?
Who?
Esther Brill? You know, I don't think that woman is well.
Fear, probably. You know, some people have a tendency to behave strangely when they're afraid. They freeze up.
Or vice versa.
This is just a reminder of tonight's special event, the Dance of the Honeycomb Fairies. It'll be at 7 o'clock.
The president is very anxious to have his message on health be gotten across to the public, and your show is a great medium for that.
Are you saying that he actually watches my show?
All the time.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he's heard of you.
Where were you last night?
Oh, sweetheart. Hey, what is this outfit? Turn around. Let me see. Oh,
You should do one.
Great.
Dick would love to have him on the show. Wouldn't you, Dick?
Well, we're kind of full this year. I don't know about that. Next year, of course, he may not be president. Why don't we pencil him in to be safe?
Dick, you are so witty.
Yeah, I got a dozen of them.
Mind if I sit?
Not at all. Well, how is she?
Esther? Oh, no problem. Yeah, when do you think we could reschedule the interview?
It's hard to say. What if she conks out again?
Oh, I can handle her.
I'll bet you can.
I'm sorry, I don't think we've been formally introduced. I'm Harry Wolf, double F.
Oh, this is Gloria Luther from the...
Burbank.
Burbank from the White House.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't say.
Well, tell me, Mr. Wolf, with a double F, what are you doing here? Or should I say, who are you doing here?
It so happens that I'm Esther Brill's campaign manager and personal advisor.
How personal?
She really 83?
Oh, more or less. You know, I think the records were lost in the San Francisco fire.
Well, that's a hot one.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to have to go and try to make a collect obscene phone call.
Bye, Dick. Excuse me, I gotta go help Dick. He always forgets the number.
Well. Gloria Burbank of the White House, my.
I got rather tired of Wolf with a double F.
Yeah, I guess I never should have changed it. That was my mistake.
My mistake.
However, I do seem to recall that I kept my marriage vows. You never even tried.
No, I tried, but...
Right, Harry, but...
Miss Burbank, excuse me. Miss Burbank, there's a call for you from the White House. I thought it might be important. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Probably the Secretary of State, if my memory serves me correctly. The president has his bowling lessons about this time.
So long.
Aye. Gee. For a banana split?
We're at the convention hall, and I think you can see that there are an enormous number of displays. You'd be amazed how many there are. They seem to be a sea of booths, and there are incredible numbers of products and stimulators and massagers and devices and potions and unguents and things that you can take. And it's just amazing. This is only one room. I think what I'll do is eavesdrop here on what appears to be a typical pitch.
This is not called jojoba. No, the J is pronounced H, as jojoba. The reason that it's pronounced jojoba is because of it's grown in Mexico.
And here, Mr.
Mark Bernstein with Roots Jojoba Shampoo.
Mr. Mark Bernstein.
Yes, I couldn't help hearing the unfamiliar word jojoba there.
Yes. Jojoba is a bean of a desert plant. And I was just explaining to Mr. Munson the properties of the jojoba bean and why we use it in our shampoo.
It saves the whale. It saves the whale. This bean saves the whale.
Actually, this no longer necessitates the killing of the sperm whale for its oil because the
This
jojoba...
company killed 400,000 whales before they were able to do it.
My company?
No, I mean, I don't know. I didn't mean your company. No, I mean, 400,000 whales were killed for for the sperm.
Now, this woman's programs are completely meaningless. I mean, they're placebos and not worth the recycled paper they're printed on. You want to know about the nutritional future of this country? Read the Vital C story. Vital C is where you find the facts out. There's no reason why a woman like this should even be running. It's all there. It's all in the sea. We'll know about it.
I happen to know, is Esther Brill on this floor?
Women's Brill Suite is right back there.
Let me ask you this, about the political aspects of this convention.
Yes.
Is there, in fact, a two-party system parallel to the national?
That's what we're trying to do, yes, because we believe, of course, fundamentally in the two-party system. It's a benefit to us all in this country, and, of course, here, indeed, in this convention. We believe in the two-party system. We feel that that's what makes it work, and that's what we're here about. We're here to make democracy work, to make health work, and to make the two-party system work, and to help the two-party system help us to make us work.
Hold it.
White House, White House.
I know you're the White House. I'm Dr. Gil Gainey. I'm the one who was persecuted on the Cabot show. Look, I am running for the presidency of this organization on the independent ticket.
Yes, I know. I've seen you around. How are you, Mr. Gainey?
Dr. Gainey.
Dr. Gainey.
I want to know which one of these women you are going to back.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, you're going to be for her? You're going to be for this Garnell woman here?
I don't understand what you're talking
Who
about.
are you throwing your weight behind?
I am not throwing my weight behind anyone. I am here to deliver a message from the President of the United States to both candidates. Now, if you would excuse me.
Both candidates? What about the third candidate, the little guy, the independent guy? How about that? What kind of a message does your president have for me?
I'm sure the President would wish you good luck.
Good luck, huh? Wishes me good luck and backs them.
He is not backing them. He wishes you all good luck.
Let me tell you something, miss. Your president is skating on very thin ice. Very thin. Dr. Gil Gainey does not take this kind of treatment sitting down. I am not without psychic powers. I mean, somebody's got it in for me. Years of being nurtured by the sea has told me that.
It must be.
Trying to tell me, get out of the way.
The sharp conflicts that do exist between the candidates are sort of ruffling the atmosphere here, and is it possible that that kind of conflict could unsettle the convention in a way, maybe even get in the way of the message you're trying to convey of unity and health?
No, I don't think so. The Baptists have an expression. They say, like, when two cats, you hear two cats fighting on the back fence.
Yeah.
There's one thing you can be sure of. They're making more cats.
In what sense is this an allegory?
Well, well, because the Baptists say that if you see two Baptists fighting, you don't take it too seriously because they're making more Baptists. Now, we're making more health.
Okay, each player receives a clean slate. That's $50,000 in cash, a $100,000 medical insurance policy, 20 days sick leave.
Well, I don't know if she'll see you, but we can try. A message from the President
of the United States.
Oh, that's great. I'm Dr. Jackal.
She's not ill, is she?
Oh, no, she's in the pink of health. Thank you.
Infirmities and diseases. A player landing on a red square.
Where's your company?
Oh, hello, dear. Oh, come, sit right here by me.
Or cured with cure card.
What is your name?
Gloria Burbank.
Oh, Gloria.
There you are. Well, thank you. I didn't expect this. Say, perhaps you'd like to sign one for the president. I'd be happy to give it to him.
Oh, no, I have a definite policy about that. Unless the person is here in person before me, I do not sign the book. That's been my policy for some time. I'm sure he has his policy, and maybe someone signs for him if he's not there. But once you've set a policy, you must stay with the policy. He has his, and I have mine.
Excuse me, I have things to do.
Disease cards. Wait a minute. A player holding 2 disease cards.
Anyway, I'm here at the request of the president. And on his behalf, he asked me to send you his best wishes and greetings and good luck in the upcoming election.
There's no review.
He also specifically asked me to tell you how much he enjoys your book, all of your books. He keeps them in his private library in the White House. Many times he'll lend them out to various members of his cabinet if they ask him. He also feels that you personally stand as a symbol of good health. Miss Brill.
Is this an Italian?
Give me the red one.
Somebody.
Give me the red
What does that
one.
say there?
Okay. Give me the red one.
Doctor.
It's an Italian.
Miss Brill.
Here I go. Here I go.
All right, now let's do business. I have minor ailments. I've got cancer. I'm going to exchange carbuncles and warts for your Laetrile card.
Deaf. That's it. I got it. Deaf. Tell me, doctor, does Miss Brill go out like that often?
It's just her unique way of letting her body dictate its needs.
Oh, really? And is that what these ladies are doing?
They're drunk. Esther doesn't know they drink, but boy, oh boy, do they pack it away.
Tell me, how long has Mr. Wolf been working for Esther?
You got me. I just came on this job a couple weeks ago. Isn't he the one? Between you and me and the gatepost, I took this job because of Harry. He is so sexy.
Well, I hadn't noticed.
Oh, really? We haven't actually had what is medically called penetration, but the other day I was lying on the bed just kind of daydreaming about his big body. And with very little self-assistance, I had a huge orgasm.
If you'll excuse me, I have to be going. Would you please tell Miss Brill I enjoyed our chat? Have you any idea of what is going on in here?
The girls soused again.
Hi, Harry.
Hi, how's Esther?
You mean what's Esther, don't you? That woman's pilot light is out.
No, she's just taking...
And yours, doctor, is on. And it's high time somebody in authority learned what was going on up here.
Oh, Gloria. Gloria, look, I can explain. Slow down. There's nothing wrong with her, for Christ's sake. I mean, Ruth Ann is a doctor, an MD.
That lady MD is a hussy.
A what?
A hussy, H-U-S-S-Y, hussy, and Esther Brill is crazy.
Well, we don't go around saying that.
I don't know how that woman can expect to run for anything when she can't even walk.
You can't interfere in this. If
Oh,
word
really?
gets out that the White House is taking sides, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, thank you very much, but I don't think anyone ever got in trouble pursuing the truth.
Well, don't be silly.
You sure you're gonna be able to get me on TV, Jay?
You're standing on the cup.
We meet like this?
Yeah, positive.
Chicago,
No problem.
14th floor, Sherman Hotel. Only it was a Shriner who scared me and not a skeleton.
I guess some people never really change, do
You'll
they?
be on for sure. I spoke to Kevin about it.
You certainly don't.
Yeah.
I can't count the times I caught you in a corridor with some tart, both before and after we were married.
You caught me once.
What? What about all the times in the rooms, the hotel? Thank you, the rooms.
Well, look, you weren't talking about rooms, you were talking about corridors. Nice looking tomato, Jake.
old are you?
29.
49, imagine that. You don't look a day over 30.
Uh-huh.
You must know my secret. Sex. Sex is the killer. Each orgasm shortens one's life by approximately 28 days, 1 lunar month. I am living proof of my theory. I am 83 years old, and I am a virgin.
Boy, would I like to give up a lunar month of my life tonight. Even 2.
Hello.
Oh, hi. You must be here to deliver that message from the White House.
Yes, indeed.
Come on in.
Thank you. Miss Garnell.
Why, Miss Burbank. How kind of you to drop by. My, what a handsome dress. The colors certainly flatter your figure. Close the door, Willow, please. Miss Burbank.
Thank you. You know, I can't tell you how impressed I was with what you said on Mr. Cavitt's show. I know you're very busy, and actually I am just here long enough to bring you greetings from the White House and to tell you that the President wishes you luck in the upcoming election.
The White House is interested in our election. Why?
Well, he feels, as you do, that health is a very important new field.
The organization has been in existence for over 40 years, 10 terms in political time. Health has a conscience. This conscience reaches out to a sizable number of the people, all of whom find faults in our present system. They want a new America. If the president knew what we are trying to do here, I think he would rather regard us as adversaries than friends.
Well, the White House, which naturally includes the president, he always encourages other opinions.
Miss Burbank. You're in the midst of a political election. You should be your own spokesperson, not the carrier of the president's tired and listless generalities.
Right.
Of course.
You know something else? This is strictly between you and me and the gatepost.
I beg your pardon?
That means off the record. I don't think that Esther Brill is a politically responsible person. I mean, I don't even know if she's capable of reaching her objectives, whatever they are.
The care of the care of human life and happiness is the first and only legitimate objective of good government.
Oh, that's profound. Mm-hmm. Did you just make that up?
I'm not sure. It might have been Thomas Jefferson.
Here we are, fresh out of the kettle.
There's someone in the pool.
I thought they said it doesn't open until 10 o'clock.
It appears to be that Gainey person.
I bet he looks funny in a bathing suit.
He isn't wearing a bathing suit.
You wasted a little.
Breakfast time. I've ordered a nice boiled egg for you.
Some more.
Oh my God! What is? There's a man laying at the bottom of the pool.
What? Oh, yeah. Look, there's a man at the bottom of the pool.
Do you see it, Esther?
See what?
Well, there's a dead body in the pool.
What pool?
Thank you for the ride. I really appreciate it.
Glad you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.
That Samantha's something. She's a beauty. Good morning. We're up a little early, aren't we, Gloria?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not going to bake that body in this sun, are you?
And the argument is that the constant pounding up and down is gradually weakening the heart. But I don't know. What the hell? It feels good, right?
Well, you know something that's really funny? Over the years, Harry, people change, some for the better, some for the worse. I suppose you're just coming home.
No, as a matter of fact, I've been out on Samantha Fairweather III.
Social register?
No, Marine register. FL 3604. She's a 36-foot catch.
Oh. Hope it didn't hurt.
Great form, Gloria.
Get out, Gloria! Get out, Gloria!
I'll save you.
Come on here. Come on. Gloria, come over here. Get out of the pool. No, swim, honey, swim. That's it. Come on here. Come on. Swim, honey, swim. Come on, Gloria.
Oh, Harry!
Okay.
Oh, Harry!
Oh, Gloria, what's in there?
All right, who is it?
Is that Dr. Gainey? He's at the bottom of the pool, Harry. He waved at me.
Wait, no, it's all right.
Oh, help me.
Yes, it's okay. I've got you. It's all right.
Oh, Harry.
Yes.
Oh, Harry.
Oh, Gloria. Yes. It's
You got four guys there. Pull them out.
This is a station.
Something awful has happened. They found a body in the pool, drowned.
Just another of Gainey's tricks to get publicity. He's not dead.
He's not.
Don't need to get excited. Don't need to get excited. I'm all right. No need for an ambulance. I'm all right. What you have just... Gloria,
For God's sake.
underwater there. I was kept underwater by my vital seed tablets. He's alive.
Well, of course he's alive. He's got some kind of oxygen bottle strapped to him. He can't stay down there that long.
Okay.
How did you know that?
Well, I didn't know that. It's obvious.
You get your hands off of me! You are taking advantage of me!
I didn't have my hands on you. You got your hands on me. Gloria, stop it!
I don't know what I... See you and get him on I live! I'm the alternative! I offer you a choice!
Gloria, the shallow end is over there.
I'll walk. Up there.
That was a man in the pool. It was that Dr. Gainey person.
Oh, is he dead?
No, he's all right. He didn't drown. I don't know how, but he didn't.
That's too bad.
She's an amazing woman, that Miss Burbank. Yesterday, I could have sworn she was making a pass at me.
Was she scared?
Probably. It was her first time on TV.
Then she was.
Was what?
Making a pass at you. It's a little quirk she has. Every time she gets scared, she gets horny.
Oh, really? How do you know so much about her?
I was married to her.
Anybody home? Oh, hello, Miss Brill. Can I come in? I didn't mean to burst in on you like this, but I'm a big fan of yours, and I was just wondering if you could tell me a little more about, you know, what you were talking about earlier, because I didn't seem to see anything about it in...
Who are you?
Willow Words. Oh, hello, Miss Brill. I'm a big fan of yours, and I was just
You're
wondering
wasting your breath. She's taking a nap.
But her eyes are wide open.
Well, she's a remarkable woman. Perhaps I can help you?
Well, I was very interested in what she was saying about getting in touch with your body.
Well, you've certainly come to the right person. I have so many people ask me questions about getting in touch with their bodies, I may write a book about it. Bestseller material. Why don't you come on over here, sit by me.
I think maybe my body doesn't have all the feelings that it should.
Oh, of course it does. The feelings are there. You just have to find them. You start with your head and go down to your toes. Or the other way.
But you see, my problem is that I don't seem to have any desires. I have brothers and sisters all over the place, and they all have tons of kids. But I'm 23, and I'm still a virgin.
What you're telling me is that you've not only not given in, but you've never had any feelings at all.
That's right. Zip. Nothing ever seems to happen down there.
You just forget what I said. Think of virginity as a way of life. I have. And in your case, apparently, it will be...
Oh my God.
What's wrong with her?
Her? Not a thing. Not a thing. She's gonna be our next president. Oh, Esther. Esther, wait. You got something hanging.
Through here, I was thinking maybe you could come to my room. You know, I got a room here.
So do I.
I don't mind.
Well, I know I am working. I can't simply leave whenever I want.
I got the key in my pocket right here.
What did you say?
I said these are the strangest appetizers.
You're welcome. 3 glasses of water, please.
Tequila sunrise, double.
3 glasses.
3 glasses? Oh, Jesus, Gil, how much water can you drink?
Well, I use 1 glass for my Vital C tablets and 1 glass for the Vital Seaweed, and then I have the fish meal. Then I drink them in alternate swallows. It's a hell of a lot better for you than that orange crap and that Mexican
A
food
reminder
shop.
to all members, there are still tickets available to South Sea Night's poolside party and buffet. So come and enjoy the South Sea breezes if you hadn't already made arrangements.
I'll tell you, the sea teaches you that. This has all the nutrients of the sea without the salt water. It's all here.
Fred, hey, how's it going, huh?
He gave me a star. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, we only
That
have
thing
one.
with Esther could be a problem. My God, what if she dropped dead right there on television? Jesus, she's 83 years old.
Just taking a nap. It's nothing to worry about.
You're not gonna get away with this, Wolf. You can't foist this old fake off on the public forever.
Why don't you just shut up and eat your kelp, huh?
My kelp. Huh. It's easy for you to say.
Jesus, Fred, what is that?
It's orange juice, double orange juice.
It's supposed to be drinking.
I ordered 3 waters.
Don't even have a liver.
I know it, but I need it.
3 waters.
Hey, see the little guy sitting over there playing backgammon?
He doesn't look like one of us.
What about him?
He's a hustler.
Good God. A male prostitute? You mean you brought a midnight cowboy to this convention? My God, we do need a strong president.
Why don't you just hold your breath for a while, Gainey, huh?
You mean he's a backgammon hustler?
Name's Bobby Hammer. Backgammon, golf, cards, anything. But primarily, he's a political dirty trickster.
Well, if there's one thing we don't have in health, it's high rollers. So what I'd like to know is, what is he doing here?
That's a very good question. I'd like to know the answer myself. Dreaded double fours will kill you, Bobby.
Double fours.
Is that an albatross on my shoulder?
No, I would say she was more like a bird of paradise.
That's only $4.60 I owe you.
There, you see, I told you your luck was changing.
You bet, and I'll be back, so don't go away.
Oh, I'll be waiting.
Still fleecing the suckers, huh, Bobby? What brings you to St. Pete, Bobby? They run you out of Miami again?
Harry, I'm here strictly for my health. No law against that.
Oh, none that I know of. I think there is a law against bugging U.S. senators' bedrooms. That's the last activity I remember you being connected with.
No. Not a U.S. senator. Attorney General. My way of snooping on the snoopers.
Oh, here you are. Sorry I'm late. I had some last-minute taping to do for Miss Garnell.
You mean typing?
No, actually, I mean taping. I don't type, so I tape all her speeches.
I'm so glad you could make it. It's Willow, isn't it?
Yes, Willow Wirtz.
Yeah. Won't you sit down, Miss Wirtz? Would you like a drink, waitress? A daiquiri. Would a daiquiri turn you on?
No, actually, I just had a Monte Cristo with syrup and a Pepsi.
You play?
Yeah, I'm real good.
Colonel?
I've never heard of anyone called Bobby Hammer.
Well, he is a professional hustler. Politically, he's what we call a dirty trickster. But anyway, he is here, and if he's here for a reason. And I just want it known that we, and Esther Brill and company, have nothing to do with it. And of course, I'm going to assume that you wouldn't stoop to anything that low. Of course, I wouldn't put it past Gil Gainey. But then I don't think he is smart enough or rich enough.
The ultimate indignity to the democratic process. As a citizen more than a candidate, I recoil at the idea that corruption is to be a guardian of the future.
Oh, well, yes. Same here.
But solutions are within our control. We are not powerless. The problems are not so huge, so timeless, so inevitable that we can do nothing save abandon our ethical procedures for a more realistic posture. Do I make myself clear, Mr. Wolf?
Oh, yeah, perfectly as clear as water. Yes. Miss Carnell.
But solutions are within our control. We are not powerless. The problems are not so huge, so timeless, so inevitable that we can do nothing save abandon our ethical procedures for a more realistic posture. Do I make myself clear, Mr. Wolf?
Oh, doubly sure.
There was one soul he couldn't convince. Only one soul, but words didn't mince the chocolate. His name was...
Cody, Colonel Cody. Where's my key?
Did you have a reservation, Mr. Cody?
Colonel, not Mr. Colonel. Now, come on, it's late. Give me my key.
I'm afraid we're all full, Colonel. You see, there's a convention in town.
God damn it, I know there's a convention. What the hell do you think I'm here for? Come on, get somebody out here and straighten this thing out.
Sally?
Good evening, sir. What's the problem?
Just give me my key, show me my room.
Who'd you make the reservation under?
Come here. You work here?
I do.
You know who I am?
No, I don't.
Well, if you want to keep working here, you find out who I am, you get me my key, you get it to me. Cody, Colonel Cody.
How was your meal tonight?
Oh, it was lovely. The buffet was beautiful.
Oh, well, that's lovely. One thing you'll find here is that the food will be good, I'm sure.
Certainly is. And no meat.
No.
My, look how festive everything is. It looks absolutely marvelous. You've really done a wonderful job.
I think the decorating committee really went all out this year.
This is my first convention.
Oh, really?
Bobby? Hammer, open up the door.
What?
I don't know.
Come on, open that goddamn door, will you?
Oh, my.
Hi, Harry.
Bobby.
How's the talking tombstone?
It's kind of small pond for a big fish like you, isn't it, Bobby?
You've got a winning candidate for a change.
I wonder if they have prune juice. You know, the president is very much into prunes.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised.
Doesn't that feel good?
And when I see him, I am certainly going to tell the president what a competent
This.
chairman you've been, Mr. Munson.
Does that bother you?
I don't know. Why should it?
You're all right, kid.
I know what you're up to, lady.
Okay, let's not have any trouble, okay?
What are you talking about now, Dr. Gainey?
Oh, listen to her, little Miss Watergate. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking sides. You're trying to swing this election.
I beg your pardon?
Well, you should, but you won't.
Mr. President, members of the convention, my fellow citizens, your choice tomorrow is not of a president just for tomorrow, but for many tomorrows to come.
Who's that?
No one is more conscious of the duality projected by candidates for this high office than myself.
Oh,
no, I gotta go.
Hey, wait a minute. We can still keep you swimming.
I'm supposed to be there when she makes her speeches.
But I thought you were coming up to my room after.
I gotta tape it. She talks.
You could have watched some old
Isabella Garnett. Who else? Listen to what she has to say.
We stand on the threshold of a great era. An era of hope, of nobility, of vision. We know that we can see more than we can reach. But we see our limitations.
That's just the kind of elitism I'm talking about.
Get off my back, Gainey.
Good evening,
That's where
Gloria.
you belong, on your back. All you women.
Good evening,
It's the
Harry.
only place you know where to be. It's women. They're getting away with everything.
Then what is the shame of being an idealist if it means enrichment of the spirit and nurturing human misadventure with our vast resources and abilities? I believe that this
Goddamn communists. All right, that's it. That's preferential treatment. I'm going to the chairman with this.
He's right over there.
Now, what do you say, Mr. Chairman? Or are you too much of a pansy to speak up?
I'm going to get a drink.
Stay where you are, Fred.
Women's lib, that's the trouble. They think they can push us around and we let them get away with it. Why don't we just toss them out on their boobs?
for action and progress in meeting the basic human needs.
Will you listen to that? That Garnell woman has gone off the deep end this time.
You're going off the shallow.
Jesus.
Gainey and his little tricks.
You got me wet. You wet my dress.
I don't care about
This is new, Gainey.
Did you see that man?
I don't care about that man. I'm sick of you. You know that?
He's working for Esther Brill.
Get out of there in your street clothes.
I haven't even got a bullhorn like
You didn't
she's
even
got.
take a shower.
Preferential
It's
treatment.
after 10. Get out,
Yeah,
Gainey.
you're just talking that way because
Tell
I'm
it to
wet.
the fishes. I don't
You
care.
do-
You're all wet.
You come back and
Don't
don't
even
walk
hold your
away
breath.
from me
I'm
when I'm
glad there's no
talking.
lifeguard
Next
out
time
here
I
tonight.
When tens of billions of dollars are lost annually through illness, we must bring the economy back to health.
Harry, it's him.
Who?
All over again. It's Adlai. Listen.
To ignore self-help, activity, initiative, and enterprise is a great crime.
Oh, yeah, I can see the resemblance from here, yeah.
We shall fulfill our trust.
Things are not working out.
Devotion to serve and vision to see.
What are you doing, Willow?
Oh, Miss Garnell, I thought I was supposed to tape all of your speeches.
I finished my speech.
Oh, I goofed, didn't I?
It's not important, Willow. Sit down.
But I don't want to goof. I want to be good at what I do. Whatever that is.
Why did you volunteer for this work?
I don't know. I wanted to do something of value. And volunteering for something seems a lot more important than getting paid for it.
Why did you volunteer to work for me rather than, say, Esther Brill?
Oh, I asked her first. She didn't need anybody.
I see.
Should I get that?
You should.
Name is Colonel Cody.
You must be a very good soldier to warrant so many medals.
I'm not a soldier any longer, girlie. I'm a businessman. I run this organization.
Then you surely must be a very good businessman. Cigar, Colonel.
I'd be obliged if you answer me a few basic questions.
Anything at all.
Does what you're doing seem important to you, Miss Garnell?
At the expense of assuming an elitist posture, I believe the office I seek is most important.
What prepared you for it?
Naturally, I worked in the ranks.
Is that so? How long was that?
9 months, possibly a year.
Jesus Christ, you foreigners. You got a funny idea of saving the world. First thing you do when you touch down is start organizing, long before you know better.
I am not a foreigner. I was born in Kansas. Where were you born?
Blackheath. I'm an immigrant. Damn proud of it. It's immigrants made this country what it is today. Don't you forget that. It's patriots like me who are on the lookout for outsiders trying to get in, trick us with their devious schemes. Just what are you figuring to do with this organization?
The organization, per se, does not interest me. It runs itself. What is important is attracting the attention of the millions of people who have awoken to the call of health.
The organization is big business, for Christ's sake.
Business is the means, not the end, to improving human life.
We're into government programs. We're into foreign governments. We got lobbies, we got pressure groups, we got networks of people working behind the scenes to get the job done.
Your control is illusory.
You got nothing propping you up in this election except the audience brought here for business. You've got no following, you don't control a thing. You jump on the bandwagon with some tired old ideas. We defeated them before and we defeat them again.
The frontiers ahead have little to do with strategy. They have to do with principle, moral, aesthetic, intellectual principle of the free way of life.
That man gets kicked in the head by a mule. And then they drive him 25 miles to a hospital. And that hospital sews his goddamn head back on or saves his life. Now, which is more important to him? The car, the hospital, or some goddamn vague plan about a free way of life? You, like all the chiselers in the East, dinky, half-assed, backward countries, always telling us we're wrong. What are we supposed to do? Stop doing as well as we can?
You don't care about people. You don't trust people. Your sleight of hand maneuverings always return less than they have taken, and always you promise that these exchanges will be in the best interests of the people. You would make this business a parody of every other that expands through garnishing rather than intrinsic improvements.
You haven't the power to defy me. I can cut you off any time.
I sense your primal resentment. You want what I have, but you can be only an observer. The vision was well timed. Assassination is your only remaining weapon. And if that is the price of quality, must I then not be prepared to pay it? In terms of human reasoning, is it not, in the long run, cut rate?
Lady, you have just told me exactly what I wanted to hear. You are for real. That means you are no threat to anyone. Thank you for the cigar. Good day.
Close the door, Willow.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Hi, darling. Waiting long?
Do you think it's true what they say in here about John Denver?
There will be a
See.
moment of silence at 3
Bobby.
p.m. today for Dr. Charles
Bobby Hammer, over here.
who was killed in a motorcycle mishap in Turkey. Dr. Guppy served 6 presidents as a loyal supporter of this organization.
Where the hell have you been?
Do I know you?
Colonel Cody, for Christ's sake, what's wrong with you?
Oh, yes, Colonel Cody. We haven't met officially. We've spoken on the phone maybe twice.
I hired you to do some dirty work. You done it?
No, but I will. Pay me $5,000 in advance, $5,000 after. That's my price.
Price is chicken feed. I'm talking about real money, 5 figures. You get the job done proper, you'll get paid. You don't, and you'll never work again.
I like your style, Cody. Good style.
You just get the job done.
How did you get in there? This place is closed.
I know this place is closed. How the hell do I get out of here?
You're gonna have to stay now to 3:30.
Mister, come back here. Mister, come here.
Vital C, the wave of the future.
La vague de la future, eh?
What is that, French?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Tell me, Dr. Dr. Gainey.
Gainey.
About this well, this experiment that you performed, there's certainly a lot of talk about it. It's been in the papers and all. Is this something that you had to practice over the years to train yourself for, to breathe that way? Did you, as Houdini did, practice holding your breath for greater and greater lengths of time?
I don't know about Houdini. I do it legitimately. I'm not a trickster. I'm not a charlatan. I'm legitimate. But I'm more interested right now in what we can get across to the people here about what's going on in nutrition and what's going on in people's minds about who they should be putting their confidence in.
Have someone here from the White House. I can assure you we're all pretty pumped up about that.
Oh, well, thank you very much. But
Make way for Miss Brill. America's foremost nutritionist. Here she is. Mr. Brill. Come along, everybody. How are you, ladies? Oh, it's right here. Right here. This is great.
Everyone, feel yourselves. Feel yourselves. You can get better. Don't turn your back on health. Raise your hands for purity.
These are merely holidays for hunkies.
The way to
But I believe health is about people's lives, the quality of their lives at times of great emotional stress.
We have two women running here, this Garnell and this other one, Brill, who offer you nothing but the extreme right and the extreme left. I think you should have something more down the middle of the road myself, the extreme middle. I mean, a man who is the middleman between the people and nutrition.
I will lead the way to health.
We must stop floating, remaining at anchor. We must sail against the wind. For surely it is now.
But how do you stand on the breast?
I beg your pardon?
Breastfeeding.
Well, naturally I support it.
I'm sure you realize that both of those ladies feel that even though you were taken to be a drowning person and did stay under the water a remarkable length of time, and there's no doubt in their minds that it was, in fact, an unabashed hoax.
It's not a hoax at all. I think those two women are actually the hoaxes, if anybody is a hoax. I do try to dramatize my message, but I'm not interested in that message here. I'm not here for commercial reasons. I'm not here proposing that I sell this to the public. I don't want to get on here like some sort of a pitchman and say, Vital C, the wave of the future, return to normalcy, all the nutrients you could ever want right here, all the seawater without the salt. I'm not interested in that. I want the voters to know what the issues are and all that goes with it.
Well, we all have pretty strong opinions, of course, and I'm sure you have some opinions of your own.
Well, now, as a representative of the White House and presidential advisor, of course, I have to remain bipartisan, but as a private citizen, I do have my own opinions. For instance, I'm very impressed by Isabella Garnell.
Right on.
There she is now.
We in breast may be small, but we are firm. Of all the arts, breastfeeding is the most womanly.
Thank you for making me so fully and roundly aware of your
Now, there is a leader, am I right?
I will lead the way to health.
I discovered 24-hour control time with vitamins and minerals.
Excuse me, just a second. I'm going to make a little edit here myself.
Have you seen Mr. Munson?
No, yeah, I did see Mr. Munson earlier, but I don't know where he is right now. But we're on camera now, and your name is?
Sally Benbow.
Sally Bimbo?
Benbow, E-N-B-O-W.
Benbow. You see conventions come and you see them go. This is a health convention. Are these people noticeably healthier in appearance?
No.
No.
They all, you know, in a way, they're kind of worse.
Worse?
I mean, they don't look healthy to me. They eat all these things. They eat just about everything in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Weeds.
they got that funny look. You know, I guess just like even like their skin is like, it looks kind of squishy. You know how your skin looks real
Squishy. Heal yourselves. You can get better. Don't turn your back on health. Raise your hands for purity.
Purity, that's the catchword today. Now, the watchword is feel yourself. Feel yourself.
Ruth Ann, put a needle in her, huh? Put your hand up. Let's hear it for Esther Hyde. Wonderful? Yeah, wonderful, yeah. All right, come on, girls. A little help, a little help. Okay, that's it.
There's bee pollen in capsules down there, you know.
Someone tried to...
If you eat that, you know.
What's that supposed to do for you?
I don't know, but, you know. I wouldn't, no matter what it did, I wouldn't like eat a bee's pollen.
Nice of her to come down. Little wave goodbye, dear. That's it, that's it.
Come on.
Have any of you ever heard Esther Brill present a concrete solution? I have heard Isabella Garnell present concrete solutions to these problems. Yes, indeed. And do you know what else Isabella Garnell wants to do? She wants to engage that old lady in a debate. Wouldn't that be absolutely sensational for all of you voters to hear that?
Miss Burbank.
But just a minute, Mr. Munson, just a minute. Esther Brill will have nothing to do with the debate. Now, I ask you, how can you have a responsible political debate when one of the candidates is off somewhere, sleeping on the job?
Mrs. Horn, you are so right. There can be no easy formulas. What we need fundamentally is a new vision to enable us to reevaluate our lives, to redirect our energies.
Through breastfeeding. You have to prevent.
Isabella Garnell, oh Izzy, we love you. Isabella Garnell.
There's certain things that I don't think should be eaten, right?
Right.
And they were asking for like scrapings off of palm bark out there. And I'm not sending anybody in my staff out to go scrape a tree for somebody to eat. You know, they die. First thing you know, Sally Benbow is in trouble.
Harry, I don't know what to do about Miss Burbank there. She's endorsing Isabella Garnell. It's not right. Yes.
Right? How do we know she's 83 years old? For all we know, she could be 33 and have lived hard. We don't know, right? They tell us that her records were burned in the San Francisco fire. Well, let's go find that fire and let's put it out. What do you say, huh? Now, all of you, I want all of you to
Miss
just
Burbank, Miss Burbank, there's a very important phone call for you.
I don't
It's
have
from the
a-
White House, I
the
think.
White
Would you
House,
excuse her, please? Nothing to worry about.
I do as much as I can, but I can't do.
Someone actually
my
asked you
feet
to...
were hurting. I was down there, and this woman said, I said, oh my God, my feet hurt. She said, eat some red peppers. Yeah.
No.
My feet hurt because my shoes don't fit. I could like eat, probably eat balloons in here. I'm sure they eat all this stuff, but I'm not a judge. I don't know.
You are taking all this too seriously.
I know your brand of cynicism is fashionable, Harry, but frankly, it bores the hell out of me.
Well, you're walking into a trap.
Oh, come on, Harry. Face it. You have given up, and that's why you work for that senile old broad. And you're scared to death that she's going to lose this election, and you'll be out of a cushy job.
Oh, Lord.
When I first married you, Harry, you had convictions about what was right, and you believed that changes could be made. And now you are absolutely running scared. And now you're hooked up with this benevolent old fraud who thinks she should be elected as her reward for living so long.
That's health. That's what this is all about.
It is Ike and Adlai all over again, Harry. Someone who knows that changes should be made and somebody else who just wants to sit on her hands and wave.
There's some things about politics I'd like to teach you that I had to learn the hard way.
Oh, well, thanks, but I don't need lessons from an opportunist.
An opportunist?
Yes.
Well, it seems to me like you're the bureaucrat, living in the White House, living off the taxpayers.
Well, let me explain to you and remind you what an opportunist you are, Harry. If Adlai Stevenson had sent me back to the hotel to get a pair of black shoes instead of you, and I'd made a mistake and gotten the wrong pair, the shoes with the holes in them, I would have admitted it, not you.
May I have your attention, please? Could I please have your attention? I'm Fred Monson. I'm just here to say a few words about some of our responsibilities. We have... Well, this is sort of what I was...
Exercise your right to vote. Choose the one you like the most.
Yes? Just a minute. Yes.
May I come in?
Well, I was in the tub.
You're the Gloria Burbank, aren't you?
Well, I'm Gloria Burbank, yeah.
Oh, you must be so proud. What an exciting title. Advisor on Health to the President of the United States. Oh, it must be a thrill having the President rely on you entirely.
Well, he doesn't entirely.
A thrill and a sacred trust.
I know who you are. I saw you on the convention floor. Breastfeeding. You were talking to Isabella.
Yes, I'm into breastfeeding, among other things. Oh, may I sit down?
Oh, yes, of course. Fruit?
No, no.
Well, now, while the president cannot take a public stand on breastfeeding, I can tell you this much. Like abortion, he is privately for it.
I'm so glad. The breast that feeds the baby rules the world.
Right.
Womanhood has come of age, Miss Burbank. You've inherited a man's job, and you're good at it.
Well, thank you very much.
Someday, a woman will be president, and that's as it should be. Still, there's no harm in being born a man.
Well, no.
No harm in being born a man. Do you agree?
Well, of course I agree. I mean, a balance of nature is very important.
How do you feel about Isabella Garnell?
I'm not supposed to take sides in this matter, but between you and me, like the president's position on breastfeeding, I am privately for her.
Him?
Pardon me?
Isabella is a man.
A what?
A man. She was born a man.
Oh, you must be insane.
We were in the Navy together.
You were in the Navy with Isabella?
We both had our operations in 1960.
You're a man. You were a man, too?
There are more of us than you probably care to think about.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it about Isabella, and I don't believe it about you.
Would you like to see my scar? Thought not.
Let's begin again. Let's start over from the start. Let's forget the time that you nearly broke my heart. Go everywhere we've been again. Let's begin again. Let's begin again. Let's forget about our pride.
I think sex is like health.
How do you mean?
Well, it's important. Mr. Munson, you are not supposed to be drinking.
The last time you did that, you disappeared for 10 days.
What's bad about that?
I don't know. Honey, can you get us another round of pink squirrels?
I don't understand why sex has to be so difficult.
Me either.
Wait, you mean you don't feel it either?
Oh, I feel it all right. I just can't find it.
And I can't afford it.
I heard the going rate for this cheap-ass convention is only $35. It was $100 last week when the manure people were in here. But they got class.
It's not the money, it's the publicity. It'd kill me. I'm gay.
Somehow I feel like the oddball here. Maybe I am.
Why, Miss Burbank, come in.
Thank you. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Miss Burbank. How kind of you to drop by.
Oh, I can see you've been...
Oh, just caucusing with the Silo and Silage Society. May I take your wrap?
Oh, well,
Oh, how fetching you look tonight, as usual. Please sit down.
Oh. Thank you, Miss Garnell. Or is it Mrs.? I know it isn't Mr.
Actually, I prefer just my name. I believe all titles of courtesy denoting sex or marital status to be misleading. Don't you agree?
Well, actually, myself, I prefer Ms., so as not to confuse people. You see, in my kind of job, most of the people are men, and hence the Ms. I wouldn't want to confuse people.
I would have thought Gloria denoted the feminine gender adequately. You don't.
Oh, well, yes, of course I do. Gloria is a very feminine name. You don't know too many guys named Gloria.
No.
It's like Isabella. But you're absolutely right, of course. You know, I meant to tell you this before. You remind me a whole lot of my father. He was always right.
Was he in politics?
No, he was a Republican.
Oh, I am sorry.
But like yourself, he was a man of ideas, just as you're a woman of ideas.
Man or woman, ideas, political ideas and ideals should be asexual.
Well, yes, but however, if you are elected president tomorrow, your sex will be discussed.
Oh, I am doing my best to conceal it.
How?
If we allow sex to compromise our objectives, we compromise the well-being of all the people. There is no model for the society I seek. I feel we are between worlds, the one I envision and the one we all live in. I have been transformed.
Oh, how?
Transformed from an effete critic, a cynical, self-centered sloth, into a reformer, a leader of men.
When were you transformed?
When? Goodness gracious. It's difficult to pinpoint the date.
1960?
Why 1960?
Because a lot of changes occurred in 1960.
Indeed, they do not immediately spring to mind. With all due respect, Gloria, I get the feeling that you are steering me towards a revelation.
I am?
What is the nature of your quest?
Quest? I have no quest.
Oh, Gloria.
It's private.
In that case, would you please speak to Willow? That is her function. I am, after all, a public figure. Good day. Oh, the price one has to pay. And pay. And pay.
Willow?
I've been waiting for you, Miss Burbank.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you sitting there. If you're one of those independent candidates, I'm afraid I can't help you.
You have done every damn thing I told you not to do.
I'm afraid you have the wrong person.
I know who I have.
I don't know you.
I run this organization.
Oh, well, that explains it. You see, I don't work for this organization.
That's right. You don't, but you meddle and you lied to my people, and no goddamn female flack is gonna stand in Colonel Cody's way.
Look, for your information, I work for the president in Washington.
You work for me, woman. You may not know, but you work for me.
Look, I don't know who you are or what you are doing here, but I work for the White House.
White House? Jesus Christ, woman. Pick up the phone. Where's that goddamn phone? You just get on the phone, call the White House. Call the Secretary of HEW, get his ass out of bed. Call the goddamn president. You just mentioned the name of Colonel Cody.
Look, this is a mistake. You don't understand.
I understand. I get your ass fired before you get your call transferred. Who gives you a right to an opinion? You just a title. You just a damn sales gimmick. Keep that dumbass president alive. Who the hell think put that bootlicking son of a bitch in office? Me. Guys like me. I tell him what to do, he listens and he does it, else it's his ass. I say get rid of Guffey. He's gone, isn't he?
Dr. Guffey died in his sleep.
That's right. Died in his sleep. When I said so. Well, what you shaking for, girl?
I'm not shaking.
You got no goddamn idea what you're dealing with. 30 million people I can mobilize through HealtH, just waiting. Me tell them what to do. I make policy. I swing elections. You think you've got to vote? I control what goes in the ballot boxes. You got your job because I told some order-taking son of a bitch to hire you. And you come down here with some cockamamie idea that this organization lacks leadership. God damn, lady. National Rifle Association will blast your head off for pulling strings like that. They ain't 1/30th the size of HealtH. You people who got no control, you always think you got the ideas and the inspiration to change the world, don't ya? Or you are self-serving and greedy. And you are just a goddamn female. That's spelled F-E-E. For your information, that's a whore. Now you go on back to your little job if you're interested in appearances. But you are through. You are finished making moral stands. Your work is meaningless. You ain't gonna change a thing. Now you just get out of my sight.
Yeah. Yeah, honey. Yeah, well, come in.
Harry, lock it.
Oh, it's locked. What's the matter? What is it?
There's this man and he's after me.
Oh, who, honey?
I was
Who?
attacked, Harry, down on the convention floor, and I didn't know who to turn to. I don't know.
That's sweet.
Oh, Harry, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to turn to. I don't know.
Well, you came to the right place.
The Attorney General, the Justice Department, I don't know who to trust. For all I know, Harry, they might all be in on it. And the president, he's going to be up for trial. That's what's going to happen here. I don't care about myself. But I've got to do something, Harry, or we won't have any government left.
Oh, Gloria, now settle down. Just settle down.
Harry, do you know what they do to you?
No, what?
They find out that if you cross them, they find out about it, and then they kill you, Harry.
Well, who did?
The man downstairs. His name is Colonel Cody.
Oh.
Harry, he had Dr. Guffey killed.
Oh.
Harry, he's got the president, and he's got the whole cabinet in his hip pocket. Harry, you know what that means, don't you? That means he controls the votes. He controls the ballot boxes. He takes care of everything. He controls America.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he said?
Yeah.
He said that the National Rifle Association was going to blow my head off.
For what?
If I did anything, Harry. But I tell you, I'm going to do something. Harry, what am I going to do?
Well, we do something together, the both of us, huh? Yeah, sure. I mean, we won't do anything rash or crazy. No, I mean, the government's not going to topple overnight. No, it'll give us time to think of something to do, you know? Here, sweetheart, have a drink, have a drink.
I can't have a drink at a time like this.
Of course not.
Harry, there's just too much at stake.
Yeah. Well, please, this will make you feel better, and we can deal with this tomorrow, dear.
And that's not all. Earlier this evening, this really weird-looking old lady, she came to my room. She told me that Isabella is a man. She had a sex change operation.
I wouldn't believe that, dear.
Harry, a scandal like this could ruin her. Him.
No, it's just a dirty rumor.
What if it's not?
Huh? Oh, come on now. Of course it is.
No, Harry. Harry, I guess it makes no difference, though, does it?
What?
I mean, why should it make any difference whether or not Isabella is a man or a woman, a he, a she, or an it? After all, her mind is the same. Her ideals are the same.
Yes, they are.
They're just like Adley's, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel could have won.
Yes.
But if this story gets out, she's gonna lose. And if she loses, we all lose.
No, Gloria, believe it. She is not a man, I can guarantee that.
Oh.
Well, I'm a man. And a man just knows about these things, you know?
How do you know about these things?
We just do. We just do.
Oh, Harry.
You know, when you feel it, you feel it, you know?
Oh, God, Harry, I'm so scared. Oh, God.
Oh, of course you are. Of course you are.
Harry.
Should be. Gloria, I think you should stay here tonight.
Could I, Harry?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Oh, Harry, you're aces.
Oh, love.
Oh.
You are scared.
Oh.
By the way, the girls are the Steinettes, S-T-E-I-N-Etts, which actually in German would be Rockettes. I didn't realize that. Must have named after Gertrude Stein. Anyway, they're certainly a lovely quartet. Let's get to my guests today. They are the two candidates for the presidency of HealthH Health. Esther Brill is my first guest. Esther Brill. Obviously a very popular candidate and very well known. And her opponent, certainly the leading contender for her leading rival, I guess I should say, Isabella Garnell. So obviously also gets some admirers. In addition to these ladies, we have a list of VIPs that we hope to get to as time rolls on here, a rather lengthy list of special personages. And to my left is one of them, the chairman of the convention, Mr. Fred Munson. So, Mr. Munson, the moment has arrived. Breaths are bated. Do you have the envelope, please? What's wrong? I think the envelope is probably right.
I got it right here. I have the, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the tabulation of the election, the recent election that we held here. The new president of Health is Esther Brill. Popular vote was Esther Brill. For Esther Brill was 3,045 votes to 834 for Isabella Garnell.
You were right, Harry. She never stood a chance.
I'm afraid not.
How come?
Well,
why didn't anybody believe her?
Why, they didn't understand her.
Esther, I know this means a great deal to you, and I wonder if you'd be kind enough to give us a little preview of what your campaign will result in and how you'll begin your term.
Well, Dick, I've had a long time to think about it. As you know, I helped found this organization. I'd like to see this nation take stock of its health. We intend to point the way, and I intend to point the way to feeling itself.
Feeling itself.
To feeling the nation's self.
Mm-hmm. Well, be that as it may, oh, for Christ's sake.
I would like to congratulate Esther Brill on her victory and wish her good health.
To give her a shot.
No, I think I better. I sincerely hope our new president is correct
Jake, not now.
when she says there is no such thing as bad health. That bad health is merely an ellipsis of good health.
Harry, look, there's that old lady down there by the jacuzzi, the one that came to my room last night and told me that lie about Isabella. Harry, there's that man, Colonel Cody. The one with the suitcase.
Oh, well, actually, he just thinks that's who he is.
What are you talking about?
You know, that's Lester Brill.
Who's Lester Brill?
Lester? Well, he's Esther's little brother. Lester, he's very attached to his sister. He's harmless.
Harmless? The hell he is. He threatened to kill me.
Well, he's crazy. He actually thinks that he's Buffalo Bill.
I don't get it. Last night he was so believable.
Yeah, well, when you're that crazy, I mean, everybody believes you.
We had a deal. I delivered. Lester Brill won. And you owe me a check.
God damn, it's you. Well, you are right. You are right. I promised, and I'm going to deliver. Sister, come on, move your touch. I owe you, and I'm going to pay you off. There, $25,000 is stuck in my ranch in Mexicali.
Do you think I'm a fool?
I think you're about as big a fool as you're gonna look.
Harry just socked the old lady.
Yeah, that is no lady. That is Bobby Hammer. I knew Bobby was here for a reason. I think Lester hired him to do some dirty work.
Hey, wait a minute, Harry. Back up. Just whoa. Did you know about all this last night when I came into your room?
What? Not all of it.
Did you know that he's crazy and that he was harmless? And you let me be scared like that, and you took advantage of me because you wanted me to be frightened out of my wits?
Oh, Gloria.
You son of a bitch.
That what was begun here was the essence of a new, restless spirit that is sweeping the land. A restless spirit to act, to change, to improve. This new spirit cries out for leadership. There is a radiance, a glory in the dark, could we but see. And to see, we have only to look.
We had such high hopes in the beginning, too.
Where should we put this? Oh, right over there. Yeah. Oh, that looks fine.
Esther, you know, I always knew my sister was going to be president someday.
Thank you.
Look, I got something to show you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't that good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God damn, look at that.
What happened?
Well, it broke. Look. Well, I just got that one, and it broke already.
It can be fixed.
Oh, God damn it! God damn it! Well, somebody's going to help responsible for that. God damn! Them goddamn railroad people, that's who that is. Goddamn people, dirt farmers, bastards, people who are standing in the way of progress. Communist, socialist bastards. Goddamn people! Can't just... Well, how the hell do you get out of this goddamn place? Jews and bastards and niggers.
Who is that? Magic in my eyes will make you realize that you can give up nasty habits we philosophize. We'll put you in a trance, the little watch will dance. You'll look at it, you'll have a fit, and then you'll have a chance to rid yourself of bills. No need for taking pills. You'll find
Never
the
mind.
truth right in this boost will help control your will.
Because I live and breathe, Miss Dinah Shore.
Well, what are you doing here?
Great to see you. I was just going to ask you the same question. You tell me first.
Well, I'm here to cover the Hypnotist convention.
Well, that's what I should have done.
How did you do?
Not great, as a matter of fact. I think the hypnotist got hold of one of my guests.
I don't believe you for a minute.
Yeah.
You who have
What?
such a gift with words.
A gift, you say?
For these kinds of things. You're marvelous.
Yeah, I could have used it. I could use a gift right now. I made the mistake of thinking that health is a noun. I'm afraid it's a verb transitive, as in health you. Good thing we don't talk that way on the air.
Of course.
You all know each other.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to get onto the big silver bird.
Yeah. Well,
Hypnotist, eh?
yes, hypnotist. Should be okay if they don't put me to sleep.
Watch out for Rasputin.
Pretty hotel.
Yeah, it's nice here. There's no water in it, but other than that, it's very pleasant. And they change the sheets every day from one room to another. But I'm home.
You look great.
You look great, too. See you, Diane.
Hello, everybody.